Hi everyone, it's Genene. Welcome to day 17 of your 30-day yoga journey towards more meaningful connections. You're doing great. Congratulate yourself. Today we have a lovely restorative yoga practice for you to allow your inner radiance to shine forth. I suggest you grab either one block or two blocks and we can get started. But first, remember to click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and then click the like button to let me know you like this video and you want more like it. Let's begin then in bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. So that's why right off the bat you might need props. So when you bring your soles of your feet together and your knees open, you might find that your back rounds like mine does. And you lift up through the low back muscles and you try and you try and you try and it doesn't work. You just keep rounding. You need a little help. You grab a block or two. And then you see the top rim of your pelvis can tilt forward. And then your knees don't have to touch the floor. The world will not end. And then close your eyes gently and start noticing your breath moving in and out through your nose. So this is your opportunity to turn inward, to really become powerfully focused and present on your mat. Join your hands together, connect your thumbs with your heart. Feel your inner light. Notice it. Sense it with all of your senses. What senses are easiest for you? Do you think of your sight? How often do you think of sound when you think of your light? Or your taste, smell? Choose for yourself an intention that speaks to this, allowing your inner radiance to shine forth. Saying it in your own words. Release your hands down to your thighs. Gently allow your eyes to open. Malasana. Two ways to get into this. If you want it easier, you're going to come from sitting. And either way, we're going to be supported on a block or a chair or something. So you would take your block, spin it up to, try level 2, like so. And then you're going to sit. Take your feet a little wider. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, ball forward. Arms come in between the legs, palms together. Heart center lifts. Or you can do this from standing if you want it more challenging. Standing. And then you're coming into a squat. Use your legs. Firm your legs strongly as you come down so that you have control. Feet facing forward for this one. And then hands in between your legs. You could take your feet a little wider, but try keeping your feet forward. Here it's not going to matter as much because we're supported, but inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, lean forward. You could close your eyes if you feel comfortable with that. And we're hanging out here, so make sure that it's comfortable. If this is too intense, you could grab a chair and do the same thing, sitting in the chair seat and leaning forward like so. So this is all about slowing things down. This particular asana, malasana with a block, garland pose variation, is going to assist us with our moon salutation that we're doing tomorrow. So let it be just enough to start to open the hips. Doing what you need to do so that it is a challenge, but it's not too much of a challenge, which means you can play around. You could sit on a chair seat and lean forward like so if this is too intense. You could take your 2 blocks to level 3 to be a little bit higher off of the ground. Just do what works for you today. And once you've found that spot, you might find that you need to move around as your body adjusts. So listen. If you closed your eyes, allow your eyes to gently open. And to come out, the harder way would be to, from here, come up to standing. If that is if you're laughing going, yeah, right, then you would just simply take your hands to the floor, remove the block, and sit down, and then come up to standing with the rest of us. Your choice. But we're all going to find ourselves standing up, coming to the front of our mat with a block. You might find you need 2 blocks. This is why I said all these things about maybe 1, maybe 2 blocks, right? Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Ooh, reach. And then exhale, bowing forwards, and the top of the head touches your blocks. So either 2 blocks, 1 block, whatever level is right for you. How are your hamstrings today? What are they saying? Your hands are on the floor for support. Your head can be closer to your feet if you have that available. Your hands can be in line with your feet. Again, if you have that available, that might be too intense. If all of these are not working for you and you have a chair, then take your head, the top of your head, to the chair seat and see how that works for you. And instead of letting your arms dangle, we're making this more supported. Make sure that you've got your hands on something solid. Lift your head off the block, remove the block, and let's all come to lying down on our backs. Knees bent, feet flat. And then cross right ankle over left. So it's a supine figure 4. Choose where you want to be because we're going to be here for several minutes. So if you want this deeper and you're ready to hold it for longer, you could lift your left foot off the ground and then hands come in between, grabbing the front of your shin, making sure your shoulders are still open. You haven't rounded your shoulders. And if that feels okay, then stay there. Or keep your left foot on the ground and you're getting a deep external hip opener because we're holding it. Gently draw your attention to your breath and let your breath guide you into what's ready to be released. Perhaps there's some energy that's been stored up in one area, maybe your right hip here. And you're ready to let go and let that area be lighter, brighter. Allow yourself to be fully immersed in your experience right here, right now. Anytime you find your mind wandering, just bring your attention back to your breathing. If you lifted your left leg off the ground, release that clasp, letting your left foot come back down to the ground. Uncross your legs. Take a deep breath here. Let's come to the other side, crossing left ankle over right thigh. And then choosing what's right for this side today, right here, right now. Staying here or lifting right foot off the ground, clasping the front of your right shin. And again, creating a experience that might feel a little challenging but not painful. Honoring what's going on in your body today rather than feeling like you're not doing enough, being enough, because you think you should be a particular place. You'll never get bored. There's always some other place to go. Listen to what's on this side for you. What gifts, what little hidden gems are here for you? It's important to note when you work with hips, commonly known as a storage for old angers, resentments, someplace where you can tuck them away until you're ready to feel them, to work with them, to release them. Perhaps that's today. Or perhaps you're ready to let go of one layer, not being in any hurry. Today's practice is about slowing everything down. Let it be just that. Release the clasp of your leg if you did that. Right foot down, uncross your legs, everyone. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your nose. Gomukhasana legs or cow-faced pose legs. Cross right thigh over left thigh. See how this feels for you. Next step is to walk the left foot over to the right more, and you'll get a little more stretch across your outer left thigh. This is your outer thighs are going to feel this. And then if you would like, you can again lift your feet off of the ground, grabbing a hold of what part of your lower leg you can grab. So your shins on the outside, maybe your ankles, maybe your feet. And then gently release your tailbone down to the floor. Expand through your chest. And perhaps you realize, oh, I'm going to be holding this for a while, so you back off so that you can hold it longer. Let it be an intense stretch that's not too intense, just the right amount. Longer, slower breaths. Noticing where you feel a little lighter already. Letting the rest of you know, yes, I want more lightness. Release your legs down to the floor. Uncross your legs, everyone, and take that pause in between, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose, letting your body settle, adjusting to the changes that you created. And then cross left thigh over right thigh, walking right foot over to the left. And in your own time, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, lift the foot off of the ground if that's appropriate, grabbing a hold of some part of your leg, ankle, feet, shins. And this side is probably going to be different. We all usually hold ourselves differently. Allow this part of your body to talk to you. Honoring it by listening without judgment. With open heartedness. There's often a tendency, as soon as we hit emotion that we find negative, doesn't fit with our image, our identity. We push it down somewhere. And when we slow down, we give ourselves the opportunity to bring that part of us back, to reintegrate it. To listen, to let that expression flow through us and see what's underneath. Going deeper into your physical practice can lead you deeper into your emotional, mental, and even spiritual practice. Gently release the legs, uncross. Let's everyone take a deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and exhale, sigh the air out slowly. Exhale a little deeper. Keep exhaling. And then breathe in through the nose. Take your hands to the top of your thighs and let the weight of your hands press your thigh bones towards your hamstrings, giving yourself a very gentle release in your low back. Release your hands. Externally rotate your upper arms so your palms face up. And then stretch your legs out one at a time for Shavasana pose. So set yourself up for a comfortable position. And then allow yourself to relax here. Letting go now of all the thoughts that came, the feelings. And let yourself be in between. In between the small movements that we did, in between the inhales and the exhales. Allowing yourself to just be. You may stay here as long as you like. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Namaste.